Hello and welcome to the new user training on the Sprockets database. This is going to be the basic entry-level training for anyone who's new to the system, who wants to learn a little bit more about it, and also apply to get a login to start using the system yourself. The way this training is formatted is that there are 9 different videos for you to watch and listen to, and they're divided into 9 different topics. So each video is about 5 to 15 minutes. The total training should take you about 2 hours. And the topics that are going to be covered are first a quick introduction to what Sprockets and the Sprockets database is. We're going to talk about data privacy and security and your responsibility relating to protecting participant information. And then we'll go through adding a program to the database, adding participants to the database, adding participant demographic information, enrolling and dropping participants, taking attendance, that's going to be split into 2 different videos, and then running reports. So most of this training is going to involve me actually walking through different sections of the database on screen. You can either follow along by watching me, or I'll provide a demo login where you can log into the database and actually follow along yourself. But before we actually dive into the data system, I want to talk a little bit about what Sprockets is and what the Sprockets database is. So Sprockets is a network of after-school and summer programs in St. Paul that focuses on improving quality and access of out-of-school time programming in the city. You can see their mission statement there on your screen. Your organization might already be connected with Sprockets in some other ways besides just the data system. You may be putting data into the program finder. So the program finder is located on the Sprockets website, which is down here in the corner of your screen, sprocketsstpaul.org. If you're inputting data into the program finder, what that allows youth and parents to do is to go to the Sprockets website and search for example, basketball programs for 7th graders and see everything in the city that does that. So it's a good way to reach out to people who might not otherwise know about your program and help them find programs that are a good fit. Sprockets does lots of professional development for youth workers, so you may have been involved in a professional development workshop with Sprockets. There are several neighborhood network teams working in different areas of the city. You may be connected with one of those. And you may also be a part of the Sprockets Quality Improvement Cycle or the Sprockets Activators. And those are programs who are looking at continuous program improvement. And they're using a couple different tools that Sprockets is providing. One of them is the YPQA, which is a program quality tool. There's the SEO, the Survey of Academic and Youth Outcomes. And then the third piece of the quality improvement cycle is the Sprockets database, which obviously is what we're focusing on in this training. To talk a little bit about why the Sprockets database is an important part of the Sprockets initiative and why it's part of that quality improvement cycle. So the Sprockets database is a shared data system. It's online, and there are programs all over the city that are all inputting data into this one central place. And a couple different reasons why that's important. The first is that it's really helpful to Sprockets and to the city of St. Paul to be able to tell the collective story of what we're doing with out-of-school time programming in the city, to start to answer some big picture questions. Before the Sprockets database started in 2011, it was really difficult for Sprockets to be able to answer even basic questions like how many youth are attending after-school programming in St. Paul. Each individual program might know how many youth they were serving, but there was really no way to put all that information together and understand what was happening in the whole city. So the Sprockets database has been very helpful in starting to understand our collective impact and our collective story. It's also very important to the mission of improving access, because beginning to understand big picture which youth we are serving helps us to start understanding which youth we're not serving and to begin addressing those gaps. So for example, if we looked at youth who were in the Sprockets database, mapped them over the city of St. Paul, and then compared that to data from the census, you can start to understand that there may be some neighborhoods where a lot of youth live, but not a lot of youth are attending programming. And, for whatever reason, for transportation, for cost, for there just not being that many programs available. And so we can begin to understand that, begin to reach out to those communities that are currently not being served as well as they could be. So those are some of the big citywide goals for the data system. And then it also provides a great tool for partners to collect and interpret participation data. Once you can really start to understand who's coming to your program, who's leaving your program as opposed to staying long enough for you to make an impact, you can really start to see the value of understanding that information in everything from making daily program management decisions, like how many youth to recruit at the start of a session, to reporting to funders, to really incorporating data-driven decision-making into some of your long-term program planning. So those are the general goals of the Sprockets database. Another thing that'll be important as we go through this training is that Sprockets is contracting with Wilder Research to administer the Sprockets database. So you'll actually be contacting Wilder for any questions that you have about, forgotten passwords or reports that you need to run out of the database. For any of those kind of questions, you can contact me. My name's Megan Chmielewski, and my contact information is up here on your screen. You can contact me for any of those questions after you finish this training and start actually using the system. So that's just a quick introduction to the Sprockets database. The next section of the training is going to talk about data privacy and security.